be doing this morning is we're going to...
In this edition of School Dilemmas, whose job is it to manage behaviour in the classroom? The teacher or the teaching assistant as well? This dramatisation, based on a real case study, shows tension developing between a teacher and TA because of their different attitudes towards what's acceptable in class. Should the teacher's view always prevail over the TA? Does the TA have the right to criticise a teacher? And what would you do if your relationship with a classroom colleague breaks down completely? Although the story reflects real events, we're not, of course, using the actual people or school involved.
I love my job as a teaching assistant. I've worked with a number of class teachers over the years, and for the past 2 terms I've been supporting Mr. Wilson. This is his 2nd year as a teacher, and he's extremely enthusiastic. But I have to say, I've worked with better teachers when it comes to managing behaviour. There are a couple of boys in particular who like to mess around. He tells them,
"Stop that!
And
Pay attention!"
And they do for a few minutes, and then they're starting again.
That character's from there, okay?
Adam,
Hey,
stop that now. Stop.
My TA, Miss Walker, is pleasant enough, but she can be a bit fussy. I don't know anything about her background, but her attitude seems to be almost Victorian. Children should be seen and not heard. Anyway, she does assist me, so she does the job.
Okay, so what are you going to do now? I think you're going to find this one hard. I tried to get the boys to work, but when they started throwing things, I was quite sharp. Now stop that!
It's only paper.
I don't care what it is, Ahmed. You don't do anything in class. It was then that I heard one of them quite clearly calling me a cow. A cow? How dare he? Well, I couldn't let it pass, so I wrote it down as a misdemeanour in the class diary. I can't ignore the incident, can I? But is writing in the diary my best course of action?
I'd seen Miss Walker writing in the diary, so I looked at what she'd written as soon as I could. I was slightly taken aback. Ahmed called me a cow this afternoon. His behaviour is unacceptable almost every day. He needs to be monitored closely. Miss Walker. I don't think the boys are that bad. They're a handful, I know, but what do you expect of boys that age? As far as I'm concerned, Miss Walker shouldn't have written anything in the diary. She should have spoken to me.
Discipline is my job, isn't it? And I don't think she's got any right to write comments like that, giving the impression that I tolerate bad behaviour on a daily basis. Or has she?
You've read my comments?
Yes, and I'm removing them.
What? Why? He called me a cow?
That's not like him. Are you sure you heard him correctly?
Of course, otherwise I wouldn't have written it in the diary.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to start accusing him. Not without cast iron proof.
I was stunned. I couldn't believe he was getting rid of what I'd written. I know I didn't mishear anything. Does he expect me to carry a tape recorder around all day? As I left, I thought, I know what you're playing at. You don't want anyone to think that you can't control your class. What do I do next? Do I raise it again with Mr. Wilson when I don't think for 1 second that he's going to change his attitude? Should I do nothing, let him get on with it? Or should I go straight to the head of year?
Should I give more support to my TA? I mean, she doesn't have proof. Should I just take her word for it and damage the reputation of a pupil? Not to mention my reputation for managing behaviour. I'm aware this incident could damage my relationship with Miss Walker. But don't I have to show her who's in charge?